Basically herded up. They herded up the mutants like cattle, and doing experiments on them and stuff.
Shooting them full of truth serums or whatever it was up in there.
Yeah, so
basically they were creating their own like weaponized mutants, and that's where X-23 came from. Yeah. And apparently they found a better answer to this because what was it? The kids weren't like extremely controllable, and they would rebel or something like that. So they found another solution, and that's where you get your villain in this movie, which is a real big surprise when he steps in. I don't know if you want to throw that spoiler out or not, but that was a pretty good villain for what they did with it. I think
that dude with the hand, the metal hand.
Nah, man,
that guy was forgettable.
No, not him, man.
I'm just saying that dude was like whatever to me. Like,
no, yeah, he was not memorable at all. I mean,
you talk about Wolverine's other duality.
Yeah, it's like it was a dual role.
He played two roles in this one.
Right.
Of course, Wolverine and X-24.
Is that what they were calling him?
X-24. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
You're like a younger bloodthirsty.
It's like Wolverine. Imagine Wolverine and all the other X-Men movies, all the origins and whatever Wolverine content you got. How young Hugh Jackman was and all that, just minus like logic and just pure rage, man. And that's what he was. And at the age that Logan's at, his healing factor's not working as well. Apparently, he's dying from like the adamantium they put in him or something. Like it's cancerous to him somehow.
Like poisoning him. And
right.
Him, so
to see him like go head up with the younger, more faster, stronger, more brutal version of himself was pretty. It was pretty good, man. And they had and we were talking about Sabretooth, Wolverine. You asked me a villain that, I think Wolverine, one of Wolverine's villains or whatever. And I said, I wish they would redo a Sabretooth thing because I wasn't a big fan of any of the other X-Men stuff. I liked some of it. It's entertaining, but it ain't worth a damn, altogether. I mean, like this movie was the best one, and it had everything that all the other ones should have had, clearly. And I think that the fight between Wolverine and X-24 is what they should have did more of with Sabretooth. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
How they tear each other to shreds.
That would have been nice.
It was just way more brutal.
Go head to head like that with blood and just raw, intense emotions. It would have meant more with the blood and the acting they could deliver with the rated R rating. I agree. I was a little, I felt two ways about X-24. I liked seeing Wolverine cut loose even more because this version of him isn't old.
Right.
Even though the old one did cut loose and do his thing, Hugh Jackman. But the next role he played, X-24, was just, as you're saying, unbridled rage. Like, he just...
Yeah, there was no dialogue. There was no, conscience, basically. I mean, he just was pure... unadulterated
rage.
Rage monster, almost like the Hulk, just not as like large and green.
So I enjoyed it, but somewhere in me I was like, I wish we had a different villain. Like,
I want to see something different.
I want to see like an Omega Red or someone else to come in and maybe Lady Deathstrike or something.
What about like the Silver Samurai? Didn't they kind of do that?
They did that already. They did that already. I don't want to see him again.
That wasn't really Silver Samurai.
Yeah,
though,
but
man. That's so lame, dude.
It would not have been great to have gone back to Silver Samurai.
Right, but I wouldn't
and try to get him right this time. Like, all right. Give us someone else that can draw out more of Wolverine's backstory, maybe further develop his character even more. That would have been great. But we got X-24, and it is what it is, and I still enjoyed it.
Yeah, it didn't by any means. It didn't like sour the movie.
No, not like that. It was just my personal, want for the movie, the direction I would have liked to have seen.
I agree though
with the villain.
I agree.
Yeah, so that's all. As we said in the other review, great movie. It's an A. Man, just the story was great. That albino dude, the tracker dude, man, he got messed up, man.
Hey, he went out like a G though, man.
He burnt and cooked this dude.
He went out like a G though. And you know what? I was trying to remember who he is in the comics, and they use the name Calibrak, I think. And I just for the life of me can't remember him. So I'm gonna have to go back and like see if I can research him a little bit. because I don't really remember him.
Comment below if y'all know who that dude
seriously,
is, what any further story on him, because I don't know. So
yeah, man, because I didn't really remember that guy too much. So yeah, I'd like to really read up on him and see what his character was, because he was kind of a weenie, and he went out like a G when he finally said, you know what, fuck this shit. He took some dudes with him, but it just was kind of like he was real reserved kind of character. He did bring another dynamic to it, because you get like sickly Xavier waiting to get the hell out of what is a prison basically for him. And then you get like sorrowful, remorseful, shit's all fucked up Wolverine. So then you got the one sensible character in, the Tracker Calibrax. So yeah, he brought a different dynamic to it. It was pretty good.
Man, this broken down Wolverine, man, I felt for him. Like, his claws don't even eject right. Like, one's like stuck and shit, and he has to like physically pull it out, man. Cutting his hand in the process. This dude is broken and beaten and drinking, and like I mentioned in the other video, he's done. Like, he's done. He don't give a damn no more. He's just doing the best he can to hold on and take care of Xavier, who's his mentor and teacher, and
right. They're like the very last two of the X-Men.
You could reckon this as you could see this as like a grumpier old man type of relationship. These two, they go at it. Man.
The relationship between Logan and Xavier, priceless. I mean,
made
comical.
It made the movie for me.
Yeah,
Them
dude.
Two,
I mean, just their banter back and forth.
Patrick
excellent.
Stewart, Xavier in this. Oh man.
Yeah, it was great. Even just to hear him speaking Spanish to X-23, La Chuchu, he was just me cracking up.
He was delivering it. He carried this movie too. He was delivering it just as good as Hugh Jackman.
And that's crazy to see just the two of these, actors from all the other X-Men movies obliterate all other movies they've put out, and it's just two X-Men. You got Xavier and Logan. And, I don't know if they were doing like an homage to like Wolverine the End, which is in the comics, because in Wolverine the End, Xavier's like, what do you call it? His mental astral projection or whatever is within Wolverine, and Wolverine's talking to himself throughout the whole entire comic, or at least you think he is. And then lo and behold, here comes Xavier projecting from Wolverine. So I don't know if they were doing a play on that, because this is like Logan and it's like the last one they're doing. Maybe it's the last ties all other X-Men as far as Fox goes or whatever. And hopefully Marvel will get their hands on it, Disney, whatever, and do something with that. But
it seemed like they wrapped it up with a nice bow. Like that.
Man, that was one hell of a way to go for sure.
That full circle from the first X-Men done. Like,
and there's a big spoiler. Xavier with all his like degenerative brain thing, and like his power, and like how when he has his seizures, everybody around and for who knows how far feels it. Apparently that's what he went through that massively in Westfield. Where's the Xavier School? It's in is it New York or Washington? Westchester, something like that. Wherever the Xavier Academy is.
where he kills all the X-Men.
He took out the X-Men from it.
Supposed to have killed all the X-Men, and I guess Wolverine and him, both of them have like this guilt, that they're carrying.
Right.
There's a grave Wolverine's visiting. Did you catch that? There's a grave that he's visiting.
Oh yeah, no. Very vaguely though, I remember that.
I can't see what. I think it was like the X-Men's graves there. I don't know. I gotta check it out again.
Where were they? They were in Arizona, right? In the movie?
Yeah, I believe so.
So yeah, they're like trying to make it, somewhere far away.
Their whole goal is to get a yacht, and him and Xavier just kind of live the rest of their remaining years on this yacht together, get away from all the war and
public and
all
society.
The fighting.
So if Xavier does have another episode,
Yeah.
They're way out in the middle of the ocean. Yeah. There's no mines for him to really, in danger. So, but all in all, it was a really good movie, and I enjoyed it thoroughly. So,
one thing I needed a little bit more out of is Xavier's death. I needed to feel that a little more. I think they could have done a bit better job with that.
But was it not kind of surprising how it happened?
It did surprise me, but I'm like, I needed more emotion. Like, y'all could have really feel that, show some Wolverine in him, emotion there. He wasn't even around.
I thought about it was that I didn't want him to die at that time.
It did exactly. It didn't feel like it was the right time. He did give a nice little speech there before his demise.
That
I
sure.
felt that. It was
sure.
great. I felt that, but
he was coming to grips in reality. He started to remember because throughout the whole movie, he doesn't really understand why Wolverine has him on medication, and you know, it's pretty trippy, man. And like, so then, you know, before his death, he comes to, you know, he starts to remember everything and comes to terms with what he did, and he starts spewing that out to what he believes is Wolverine, and it's actually, you know, X-24, which is a total shocker, you know, and then stab in the chest. Fuck you, Charles. You know,
it felt out of place. Like, it felt like I needed, like they weren't done. Him and Wolverine had some more, you know, journey to go together before he was done. That and Wolverine's death kind of felt a little, you know, untimely. Like, I felt like I needed a little something. I don't know.
I thought Wolverine's death was pretty good.
I liked it, but I just me. This is just me. How I felt in watching it. Xavier's death, Wolverine's death. I felt like there could have been more for. They could have drawn some more.
But he died slow, right?
Squeeze a little bit more out.
Wolverine died slow, though,
Squeeze
right?
a little bit more out. Give me a few more drops and then take him.
He died because he used all that serum, which accelerated his healing factor and degraded his.
He couldn't heal no more.
His mutant power. So, but he gets injured. The little girl saves him, but then he dies of his wounds, right?
Yeah.
So he died slow. Okay, well, yeah, maybe he could have went more out like a G.
He could have had a little, you know, let them shine before they're done. They're done. They're not doing this no more. Like, send them off with a few, you know, some fireworks, bro. Like, that's how I felt.
But it was good, though, man.
It was good. It was good. I'm not saying it wasn't good, but like I said, for me, I need to squeeze some more out of there. There's a little bit more left that I needed.
A little more lemon juice.
A little more juice.
Left you with a bitter sour note.
So that and I'm gonna hit y'all with my favorite scene of the movie is Xavier has one of those trimmer things, and you know, where everybody's paralyzed, and here's Wolverine, you know, trying to trek back to the room where he's at. These guards are frozen, man. They can't move or nothing. They're all armed. And everything.
Because, you know,
they're already like their infiltration.
They're tracking them
they tracked them. They found them.
Once Logan gets the little girl, they're tracking them.
They're just about to get to Xavier, but he has this tremor, this mind boom explosion.
Right, everybody's frozen. Everybody's in pain.
Here's Wolverine crawling. You can feel the desperation. He's trying to get to Xavier. He knows what's about to happen. And here's these guards. They're like, oh, shit. I guarantee you, if they could move, a few of them would have shit in their pants. And Wolverine, man, he does not hold back. He's just like, bang, right into the head. Claws come out.
Best part, though, guy sees Wolverine coming like he says, and he goes just like this. He looks at him like, oh shit.
His eyes said it all. He didn't have to say a word.
Yeah,
he didn't have to say a word. He's like,
great.
I know it's for the
I cracked up in the theater. I didn't give a shit.
Damn.
That shit was that's probably my favorite part too, was to see. And you know what? The way they did, they depicted Charles's tremors. You know, they did a really good job.
I love that. I
the
love
shaking
that.
of this camera and the vibration and everything. Yeah, they did a good job.
These dudes are defenseless.
Yeah.
And as you can see, this Wolverine does not care, does not hold back.
No, not at all.
He did whatever he had to do to get to Xavier and save him.
Right,
so that was bad.
And that, in a nutshell, that scene, I mean, shows you all what the movie's about, actually. Like, it's desperate.
The little girl's there, and she's all jacked up, but still trying to hang on to for her healing factor. Yeah. And it's like, she's like, here you go, here's the serum, give it to Charles.
Yeah, it was good, man. And there was a good understanding too. And you know, one of my favorite scenes that kind of caught me out of nowhere was like, you know, she's trying to get him to drive her to was it South Dakota or something like that. One of the
meetup spot.
Yeah, the little Eden, whatever it was.
Yeah.
And he's like telling her no after she has just basically saved his life and took him to a hospital and stuff. And she's like, drive me here. And he's like, no, you know, and she's saying it in Spanish because she speaks Spanish like very fluently. he starts shouting at her, "No, I'm not taking it." And she just out of nowhere just jabs him. Bop! Like, I was like, "Oh my god, you don't fucking hit me, dude!" It was funny, man. Like some of the scenes like that, I really enjoyed. I like how they had some lightheartedness in it, and at moments that were serious and it caught you off guard.
Comedical things going on in there. It worked well. There was great balance, drama, and action. Again, Wolvie.
Yeah, I tip my hat to that. Yeah.
Patrick Stewart, y'all did it, man. I enjoyed that. Can't wait to get the DVD and watch that over and over.
Yeah.
So, yeah, guys.
On another note, though, we watched another movie today.
Oh, we're gonna get that. We're about to put the Kong Skull Island. We're gonna drop that after this one, so stay tuned. Please like this video, share it,
subscribe,
comment.
Whatever, you know.
Yeah, show us some love. We appreciate it. Hey guys, we will be back soon with another video, Kong Skull Island. You've been hanging with the Wells brothers, John,
Dre.
We'll see y'all.
Peace.